Good evening. Still in the car, and it's still dark, and I'm still in the Walgreens parking lot. But thought I'd just give you an update on stuff going on. Today was magical. So tonight was the first time that I even looked at comments from the past two videos. And what's funny is I have the heat on. So this is how things can change in a minute. What, it was like 100 degrees before, and now it's cold here, and I have the heater on. So that's how fast things change. Yeah. I didn't read the comments for the past two videos because I just want to tell you I have felt very vulnerable lately because I'm sharing things, and sometimes I think maybe I just shouldn't share because I'm always afraid like they're going to be bad comments. And if you do social media, you'd understand. But what I've realized, so I read the comments tonight. I sat down, I met with my girlfriend tonight. We've known each other since grade school. We've been best friends. And we haven't seen each other since even I've been home. And then I ran into somebody from high school this morning, and I was like, I think that's him, but I didn't want to stare. And he saw me, and he said the same thing, because afterwards, I'm like, oh, forget it. You know, he was standing outside. I was at Caribou. And he had walked out, and I walked out there, and I'm like, Joe? And he's like, Tracy, I saw you. He goes, I was going to come back in. And then actually he was with a guy that I actually dated in grade school, 7th grade. And we ended up talking, and the weirdest thing, he was like, Tracy, I always had this feeling that I would meet up with you, and you would have something to say to me that would have meaning. And I'm like, what? Like, what? You know? And we had this great conversation. Hi, Joe, if you're watching, because he took my card. And it was just so, we've known each other all our lives, basically. But yeah, so I was feeling vulnerable. And you know what's funny? So, like I said, I'm always afraid because I'm already vulnerable and I'm sharing stuff that's vulnerable. And so that's why I don't read the comments, because I'm like, I just can't handle like something negative right now. I don't think like it, yeah, not would it throw me over the edge, but you know, it would just make me feel worse. And I went through all of them, and they were so kind. They were like, oh, I can relate to you and stuff like that. And here's the thing, there was like, I don't know, one comment. And what I should know is that now you guys like defend me, and I don't get that many bad comments. And I'm not saying that, you know, like I do or feel sorry for me. And T-Bone, thank you, because I see you go through the comments, and then if somebody says something negative, you'll go and say something to them. And it's always about my weight. Here's the thing. I am not overweight. I am not overweight. Do you see me? I am not overweight. But you know people. You know people. Come on. We all know people. They'll say anything because they're behind a keyboard and they can say whatever they want. And that's what, when you're vulnerable, that if you're sharing something like that, and even though you know it's not true, it can still like creep in and get to you. And so, I mean, what I realized tonight, I mean, I've realized before that I don't have to be afraid of that. Somebody wrote me, and thank you so much. They said that they were, I think they said, are you an RN nurse? And that you watch me on your breaks, and that it like gives you some calm or something. And I was like, I do that? Do you know what I mean? Like, you think you're one person, and I don't, when you share stuff like this, I'm sorry I'm all over the place, but you just don't think that your words help other people. But the more I do this, because I'm just talking to a phone. I'm talking to a phone. And I think that that's all I really like care about, because when I'm feeling this way, I know other people are feeling this way, and I just want people. You've seen me at the highs, you've seen me at the lows, and I'm not even in a low right now. I'm in like I'm actually in a good point. Oh yeah, I quit my job yesterday. I quit my new job yesterday. And I could tell you all the reasons, I could tell you all the bad things they did. And I've come to this point in my life that I don't even need to explain. Like, if it just wasn't working out, it just wasn't working out. No need to make anybody, be the villain or anything. And that's what I was talking to Joe about today too. That was part of the conversation, that, yeah, as I get older, I realize that work, it's all just transactional. And he's like, Tracy, yes, I think that too. Like, you are just working to make money to pay your bills, okay? And you're working for them to make their company successful. That's just what it is. It's transactional. There really shouldn't be, and I don't want to say any feelings in it, because there's always feelings in everything, that you do when you're dealing with humans. But you're not a family. You're not, I think sometimes businesses try to make it like right away when I started, this person is like, oh yeah, we're gonna go on a boat and we're gonna have this thing. And I'm like, there's nothing I could even think of worse than being on a boat with people I don't know and not able to get off. And I got so much stress in and I said, they know what I was going through. And they said, I can't make it. I just can't make it. Well, come on, you could pick one of these days, because they gave like 6 dates available. And I'm like, no. And it's like an hour away from me. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, no, I don't, not even do I not want to do that, but I don't have the time, and I don't even have the wherewithal. And I think sometimes they try to make it like family. Like, you get to choose your family. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? People have said, I say that all the time, and I'm sorry, it's like unconscious. But what I've realized through all this too, I have no family left. Like, I have no family left. I mean, my mom and my daughter and her partner, they are my loves, my family, the people I care for, the people I would do anything for, the people I would die for. I would throw myself in front of a moving car to save them. And then there's people who, what's interesting, it's people that you mostly don't know. So I just stopped to have a beer because I was like, yeah, I just need to calm down. I haven't gone anywhere. I've been so busy. And so tonight, after I met my girlfriend, I was just like, I'm just going to stop for a quick beer. And I'd never seen this guy before. And, I always hang out at this one place. And we started talking. I say, oh yeah, I live in a van. And he's taking care of his parents. And he was like, Tracy, you just inspired me. He goes, I've thought about that. That's what I want to do. And so, like, any conversation could turn into something that you don't even know. Like, you're just living your life and you're like, listen, I'm not doing good myself, and I just inspired you by just telling you my story. And that's the beauty about life. And so when I read all your comments, I was like, what was I so afraid of? Like, all of them were so kind. And I know I've told this story before, but it just reminded me of it. That, and listen, I'm not particularly religious anymore. But I was going to a Lutheran church. Listen, I've tried it all. Catholic, Lutheran, non-denominational. I've tried it all. And there was this priest at this Lutheran church. Is that what you call them, priests at Lutheran churches? I don't know. I grew up Catholic, so I don't. That's just what we called them. And he told this story. You know how you always feel like they're talking to you? And that was like, don't forget your magic, because I was at a church in Sedona, and that's what he said. He goes, we've forgotten that we are magic. And I was like, oh my God, that like just hit me right here. But there was a story, and if you've been around for a while, you probably heard it because I told it. But, there was this person, and we all carry crosses. Well, I mean, if you believe in that or whatever, it's just more like a parable, okay? And so they're carrying this cross, and it's so heavy, and they're dragging it up this aisle, and God's at the end of the aisle, and the angels are next to him, and him, her, whoever. And so I'll say they're dragging this cross, and they get up to God, and they're like, this cross is just too heavy to bear. I just can't. It's just too much for me. And God goes, okay, angels, take that cross away and take them to the room. So the angels take the cross away, and then they take the person and they usher them to this room, and they open the door, and there's a room full of crosses, all sizes, huge crosses, small crosses, medium crosses. And this person who just dragged this heavy cross that said that they couldn't carry anymore, and they look in this room, and they're like, okay, pick a cross, pick the cross that you want to bear. And so they're looking, and they're like, okay, there's a really small cross over in the corner. And they say, I'll take that one. Yeah, I want that cross. It's the smallest cross to bear. And God goes, that's the one that you just dropped off. I know. Plot twist. And so it just reminds you that we all have these things that we carry, and it all seems so heavy, and sometimes compared to other people, and it doesn't lessen the cross that you carry. It doesn't lessen the cross that you carry. But it just goes to show you that no matter what size, that it all feels like you're alone, and it's a burden, and you just are carrying it by yourself. So I always think of that story, and it's like, yeah, there's other people with bigger crosses, but it doesn't lessen how you feel, carrying your own burdens. So yeah, so things are starting to feel lighter for me. I know somebody said, because with the heat, so I'm moving in September 1st to my place. I wanted to move in August 1st, but they had family coming, so it'll be September 1st. I moved my mom in, so it's Thursday night, a week from this Saturday. And actually, I shouldn't have taken this job on, personally myself, like now that I've quit. I just shouldn't have done that right at this time. It was just too much to train, and suffice it to say, it was just too much. And so I am going to just ride this out, and then thank God for Walgreens. Like I always say, I don't like Walgreens like as a company, but I love my coworkers, and I love what I do, and it's just really like, it's not micromanaging, it just is. It's a good place to work because of the people, and that's what it all comes down to, is the people. I guess that's my takeaway from everything through all of this. It's who you surround yourself with. It's who you allow in your life. And I think that that's it. The older I get, like with what I just went through with this job, like I just won't, there's certain things I just won't put up with anymore. And I'm fine with that. Nobody has to be the villain. And you just like move on. And you find something or people that lift you up and are more like family. And I know, even though they're my coworkers, they care for me. They check in on me. And they're like, yeah, Tracy, you can start whenever you want. And you can do this. And, you know, I used to think, like, I was telling Joe today, I said, you know, when I was younger, I saw these people with cards, you know, that had titles, like, and I thought, oh my God, all I want is a card that has my name on it with a title, because I thought that would make me somebody. I thought that would make me important. I did. I thought it would make me important. And do you know, like, I never got a card like throughout that, but guess what? Through Vistaprint, you can make your own cards. And so I started this business. Never did anything with it. But I had cards made, and it said Tracy Tischler, and it had a title on it. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm important. I can hand out a card. And now, you know, if you follow me, you know I do have done a lot of things. I probably had like 30 cards. And I realize now, like, your title means nothing. You already are somebody. You don't need a title. You don't need a card to feel important. You don't need anything like that. That is all so surface. And I know some people commented too, it's like you go inside and you come out the other side realizing. And you know, you always know it, but until you have to like literally go through it is when you truly realize all this kind of stuff. And so the bad times are for a reason. Those low times are definitely for a reason, to get you to the times where you can look back and truly appreciate, like, either what you've gone through, or make you realize, just realize in this life that we're living what means the most to you. And to different people it means different things. Some people it's money. I mean, look at what I'm going through now with my mom, with my sister. And that is so far from, and I know from like what my dad was like and what my mom was like they just wanted to get by, give their kids a good life, and, you know, bring them to good adults. And that's, yeah, I've realized I don't need much. I really don't need anything. But what I do need is, like, you guys. And I know it's hard to say, like, from social media, because I have such this love-hate relationship with social media. But you guys are what, like, has kept me afloat. That I have people that say, oh, I can relate to you, and, you know, thanks for the message and stuff. And I feel like lately I've been like a downer. Like, I don't feel like sharing because I don't want to bring you guys down, like, with me. But we're meeting at a human level. We're meeting at the crux of what life is about. It's not how much money you can acquire, the highest title you can acquire. It's about understanding that life is not about these things. It's about connecting on a human level. And some people you just don't connect on a human level, like that's where your energy is at. Because I do believe everything is energy. And then, you know what, you just let those people go in kindness, and you just realize, like, yeah, we're not on the same vibe, you know, we're not on the same energy level. Doesn't have to be anything terrible or bad. Yeah. And sometimes things happen, like we're, you know, going through this family stuff. I mean, you know, it's sad, but I've had to let my family go. And I realize from all of you, a lot of you have gone through the same thing. Like, you don't have family because it's broken apart because of stuff like this. And again, that's why I think that's why you follow me. It's not about the van. It's about connecting at this deeper human level. And again, it's so weird because it's YouTube, you know? And it's so weird. I can't say that enough. It's just so weird that I'm putting myself out there, because I'm like, Tracy, you should just go away sometimes. I think just deal with it on your own, you know, and then come back when you have something really great, you know, and you're in like this place up here. Yeah. But I think that when you're down here together, and then we all celebrate in the joys of each other. When you guys write me great things about yourself, I don't know if you noticed, but I always try to like respond, like really, like, you know, like I'm cheering for you and stuff like that, because I'm there with you. And so I just want to thank you. Like I said, I haven't read the comments for the past 2 videos because I've been scared, because I've been vulnerable and I didn't want to read anything bad. And again, that's part of YouTube and putting yourself out there. But I already have you guys already fighting for me. And again, I don't get that many comments. I think it was one or two. And, you know, you guys take care of that for me. So I don't know why I'm scared, but you know when you're vulnerable. You know when you feel like it's hard enough to get yourself through the day. Imagine putting your life out there and having other people comment on your life. So, yeah. It just has been a really good day, between randomly seeing Joe after all those years, and it's just so bizarre. And then seeing Jill tonight, and then meeting that guy. His name was Chris. He's taking care of his parents, so he said, I'm kind of in flux right now, but that's the right thing to do. He's having problems with his family because he's the only one taking care of them. And so at some point you meet those people on your same human energy level, and then those are the people that you connect with. I don't know, I can't stress that enough. Today, that was really the message, and I guess it was meant for me to receive. And so I'm just sending that out to you. So yeah, so I'm going to be busy. But I tell you what, not having that job to like train for and stuff. And again, I don't know what I was thinking. It was a lot to take on in the middle of all this. And I have my Walgreens family who are so supportive. I have all you guys who are so supportive. I have Joy. I have my daughter. I have everything that I would ever need. I have all the people. It's funny how you try and get like approval from people that you know you will never get approval from, and you still keep trying to do that. Do you know that they say, you know, that what is it, like the definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing over and over again and looking for a different result? That is it. Anyway, so I have one more e-bike review to come, and then I'm retired from that, so that pressure will be off of me. And so I'm actually starting to feel lighter. I'm feeling good. I can't believe I've talked for this long. I'm sorry. I'm a chatty Cathy. Okay, I'm gonna let you go here. But all is good. All is well. Thank you so much. Just really thank you so much for all your uplifting comments and just cheering me on. So, you know what to do. Go out and make an adventure, no matter how big or how small. You don't have to sell everything and move into a van. No, you don't have to do that to learn anything. You don't. Go out and make an adventure. Oh, go call somebody you love. Well, you can make an adventure too. And go call somebody you love. And as Joy says, tell them that you love them. And don't you dare. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't you dare. Forget your magic. Okay, I will see you in the next one. And hopefully it won't be from the Walgreens parking lot again. Okay, I will see you in the next one. Bye.